If you're looking for a new book on spirituality, mindset, understanding spirituality, understanding how it all works, I was very grateful to be gifted a book from Erin Massey, who I'm going to tag below. The book is all about tapping into yourself, understanding the universe, being able to work with yourself and the universe to get the life that you want. But what's really interesting about this book is Erin has channeled the contents of the book through her spirit team. So when I was reading it, and they make that very obvious at the start of the book, so there's no sort of back and forth and confusion as to who's talking. But it reminded me of, I've not actually read any of their books, but I've listened to them a lot online on podcasts and YouTube and TikTok. But it was reminding me of Abraham and Esther Hicks, where obviously Esther can channel Abraham to deliver a message and to help raise the collective vibration, which is exactly what happens in this book. Erin has her first initial sort of paragraph explaining who she is, how she got onto her journey, why she wanted to write the book, and then her spirit team sort of bring themselves forward, and the rest of the book is from their perspective. And it's so interesting as well because as far as I'm aware, I'm not neurodivergent, but this book is for neurodivergent people. And there's really detailed elements of this book for neurodivergent people and understanding how their brains will work differently. I mean, I understood it all. It's not like it doesn't get really scientific and, crazy like that at all. But even if you're not neurodivergent, it's such an excellent read. I mean, I've been on my spiritual journey for nearly 7 years. And the reason that I love collaborating with people in the spiritual sort of community is because everyone brings a different take, a different way of looking at things, which is what I love. So it's really interesting to see how Erin and her spirit team deliver the message, deliver the information and the tips to help you on your spiritual journey, helping you to connect with yourself, connect with your mind, connect with the universe. So I would definitely give it a good read. It's not... I know some spiritual books, they're a bit overwhelming just because of the size of them, and sometimes they go into really intense detail. And whilst this does go into really good detail, it's not a book that's going to take you months and months to read. Erin and her team have really condensed it down to make it really understandable for anyone to read. It did take me a little bit longer, and I had to sort of say that to Erin because I wanted to go back and reread any sections or paragraphs that didn't make sense to me. And that doesn't mean it won't make sense to you. It just means maybe on that day my brain just wasn't picking up information as quick as it usually does. And because it's a pathway for neurodivergent people, tapping into their spirituality and themselves, that those were the bits I wanted to go back and read, just because I do know other neurodivergent people who I think this book would be really beneficial for. So I wanted to go back and reread those sections so that when I am recommending the book to them, I actually know that they're going to enjoy it and that I can speak about it the right way. Same with this video. But I highly recommend it. It's really insightful, and I know obviously we've all read plenty of spiritual books before and they follow the similar path. But this one just delves into things a little bit more deeper, things that I actually have known but haven't looked into, or it hasn't picked my brain before the way that this book did. So yeah, I'm going to tag Erin below, and then you can get her book from her profile pages. She's on Instagram and TikTok as well. It is a digital download, so you can literally read it whenever. It's on your phone, which is brilliant. So yeah, well, that's how I had it anyways, the digital download. So it was really good for me to just, of an evening sit and read that one. But yeah, definitely go check out Erin. I mean, aside from the book, Erin is absolutely lovely as well. She's been so patient with me whilst I've been reading through this and having to go back to her and say, I'm so sorry, I'm going back and rereading it again. But she loved it. She loved that I was absorbing all the information. So definitely go check Erin out. Check out the book as well. As mentioned, it is a pathway for the neurodivergent mind, but that doesn't mean everyone could read it, because it still follows that path that is understanding what is being channeled through from Erin's spirit team. And also, what a fantastic gift for Erin to have her spirit team and that connection so strong that they've been able to channel a message and turn that into a book. And I mean, I've written ebooks, but I've never, like, as in like guides, I've never written an actual book. And I know that that can take a toll, let alone when you're channeling what's going to be in the book. So props to Erin. I think that's absolutely brilliant. I personally haven't read a book before. Just want to make sure I'm not catching myself out here. As far as I'm aware, I haven't read a book that has been channeled from a spirit, like guide, spirit team, ancestors, you know, the universe, any of that. I've never actually read a book like that. So that was really interesting to read it from that perspective, if that makes sense. But yeah, definitely go check out the book. I think it's, I would probably say it maybe a couple of, well, it depends how quick you read. It took me a couple of weeks to read it, but I have a busy lifestyle. I had days where I just couldn't read, to be honest. And I'm also listening to an audio book at the same time from Joe Dispenza, sorry. So I'm having 2 books on the go, which normally I like to just do one, but I really, really was enjoying Erin's book, so I wanted to read it at the same time. And actually, they both correlated quite well with each other, so that was good to have sort of Joe and then Erin. So yeah, definitely, if you are one of those people that just love to absorb information, you want to know more, or if you're at the start of your spiritual journey and you're looking for different books and helpful teachings, this book is definitely one of those. And especially if you are neurodivergent, this book is brilliant because there's so many sections that explain how that type of brain works and how you can leverage that in your spiritual journey. So yeah, I will tag her below. Please go check out her book. Check her out as well. Give her a follow on Instagram and TikTok. Have a great rest of your day. Love and blessings.